Hi, I'm Willie. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And what we're going to take a look at in this video is the QNAP TS-216G 2-bay NAS. Comes loaded with 4 gigs of RAM. We'll look at the specs on that. So thanks to QNAP for sending this out, and thanks to Seagate for sending out a couple of these 6 terabyte Iron Wolf drives. So let's take a look at what's in the box. We'll take a look at what's in here. We will take a look at the pricing on Amazon for this and the drives, and then we'll get this hooked up and we'll do a quick overview. So real quick, in the box, we're going to get the NAS. We're going to get an RJ45 Ethernet cable. We're going to get an AC adapter and power cord. We're going to get a quick installation guide, and we're going to get a drive tray key set. There's going to be 2 of them. And this particular unit that I'm going to show you here is the TS-216G. It's got an ARM quad-core processor with each core running at 2 gigahertz. And it has a 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port and a 1 gigabit Ethernet port. There's all kinds of LED indicators. There's all kinds of buttons. We'll take a look at that. But one of the other interesting things that this has is this has an I think they call it an MPU, right? So it is perfect for neural processing. So let's get this out of the box, and I'll be right back. All right, so we got all the stuff out of the box. So you can see it's a pretty nice looking little 2-bay unit. Got our drive bays up here. We've got over on this other side, we've got a plethora of LED indicators. We got a power button, a copy button, USB port there. On this side has our serial number, our MAC address. We can get over to the portal for that. On the back, we've got our 2 USBs, a Kensington lock, power, fan. Once again, MAC, serial number, 2.5 gig Ethernet, and a 1 gig Ethernet. The bottom has feet, as you would expect. And then in the accessory box, it's got a quick start guide. It's got the extended warranty, so you can get up to a 5-year warranty on this, and I think it comes with 2 or 3 out of the box. We'll have to verify that. So we also have an Ethernet cable. We have our power adapter, which we're going to need. We've got the keys for the drive bays, and we have Ethernet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull one of these drive bays out. I'm going to show you exactly how I put the drive in, and we'll go from there. And I was just looking at this to see. Okay. So out of the box, this has a 1-year warranty, can be extended for like up to 5 years. So give me just a second, and I'll be right back. All right. So this is the drive tray once you pull it out of the unit, and on the inside, you can see it's got those rubber rings, and it's got the little plastic studs in there. And so by default, also out of the box, these are not locked, so you don't need the key to unlock them. We also don't need any tools unless we want to secure the drive inside of the tray, even more than what the little washers are going to do inside. So to put this in, probably what I should do first is pull the this little side tray out. I'm going to do that on each side. So now I have those out. I'm going to put the drive into the tray like so. So here's my connectors. This is the end, obviously, the business end that's going to slide into the unit. And then I'm going to take these side rails and I'm going to put them, line the holes up and push them back into the drives. So once I've done that, I'm going to pull this other drive unit out. This other drive, and I'm not going to lock this. It's going to be in the office. It's not going to have anything important on it. You can see I've got a gaping hole of technology. That's what I'm going to call that. That's the gaping hole of technology. And I didn't pay attention to how I pulled this out, but if history has shown us anything, it's how to put in NAS drives. So I'm going to slide that in and then close it, maybe. If I have it, I can't, there's no way I've got this in wrong. What am I doing here? Do I have to lock it? Is that the deal after I get it in? Hold on, let me look. No, it's definitely right. You know, I've been having difficulties with things all day, so this doesn't really surprise me. But it is in there all the way, and now it is closed. I just had to tackle it a little bit there. So I'm going to do the other drive, and we're going to get it plugged in, and we'll be right back. Okay, so you can barely see it, but it's like right there, sitting on top of a TP-Link Omada switch, which is sitting on this GrandStream stack. So it's plugged into the GrandStream, the 192.168.80 network that we've got going on, and I heard some beeps. So we're going to have to find it. We're going to have to see what's going on. Let's see if this quick start guide gives us any indication here. Let's see. So we put the drives in. So we did that right, except we didn't secure the screws in the bottom, and we didn't lock it, which I'm not too hot on. It's just gonna sit right up there in the rack. And then what we're supposed to do is go to qnap.com/qfinderpro. And maybe it's going to find it, but we might be able to just log into our router and see if we can see it and see what's going on. So let me pull that up, and I'll be right back. Real quick, while we're waiting for that, here is I'll leave an Amazon affiliate link to this down below in case you want to try it. It is $239 USD. And down here, once again, built-in NPU for AI acceleration, 2.5 gig on one of the NICs. It says it's budget friendly. That is definitely budget friendly, and you know they have as many apps. We're gonna get into it, right? Like every time I go to give QNAP a fair shake, it seems like there's some sort of news. So hopefully I get this published before there's any sort of security, whatever. But I know they are working on it, and that's I know they are diligently working on it. So we're gonna see what else we can get going on with QNAP and compare QNAP and Synology and all the other NASs. You know, I've got this other TerraMaster here that we're gonna put these things side by side. And I'm hearing some beeping, so let's go see if we can find this thing. Okay, so we're in our network node, and I can see that the NAS 713360 has 80.125. So let me pull that up. Okay, so here we are. So right now, the very first thing when we pull up the IP address is that it talks about the warranty, and it looks like within 9 months of purchase, we can still do a warranty extension. So that's kind of nice. I'm going to go ahead and close that for now. Welcome to the QTS Smart Installation. Thank you for choosing QNAP. Start Smart Installation. Of course, everybody always reads the EULA. We'll go ahead and accept that and next. And specify firmware version. We're going to go with the current version, or let's check for an update and see. Current version is up to date, so we'll go ahead and do next. And remember, this is the out-of-the-box experience. So this is going to be, we'll call this QNAP Lab. We're going to use our lab credentials here. And central time zone, we're going to automatically synchronize with the NTP. That's good. For now, we're going to do DHCP. And we can do automatically install critical updates. And by the way, all of you who are administering QNAP NASs, you should have been doing this part a long time ago. I'm just saying. Not all of the security incidents with QNAP is QNAP's fault. A lot of it is administrators throwing devices and networks, and shame on you for not upgrading the firmware. Okay, now that I'm off that soapbox, what we're going to say is automatically install critical updates, and we'll do that at midnight. That's fine. We've got all of our things here. Initializing the system clears all the drive data. Do you want to proceed? And we're going to say initialize. So I'm going to pull up, while that's doing this, I'm going to pull up Amazon again, and we'll take a look at these hard drives. Give me just a second here. Okay, so here is the Seagate IronWolf 6 terabyte NAS drive, which is what Seagate sent over. Thank you again For that, they're 145 bucks. I'll leave an Amazon link down below, affiliate link. So you'll have your QNAP and you'll have this. Let's get back over here. This looks like it is at about 100%. So we're going to see what happens here. It's been a minute since I used a QNAP NAS. Traditionally I'm using other services, but when we talked about this, especially the NPU, I can't wait to see what QNAP does with a dedicated neural processing unit inside of these, because they could do things inside of a surveillance station with facial recognition or object recognition. They could create on-prem AIs that you can interact with that gets offloaded to NPUs. They could even do GPUs and all that good stuff. So as soon as this gets done fooling around here and gets loaded, we will hop right into it. All right, looks like we are now back at the login screen. So we're going to put in the credentials that we chose. We're going to let it load up and see what's happening here. So QNAP believes privacy is a fundamental human right. Their products are designed to minimize the collection and use of your data. And so one of the really nice things about this is, since it is on our GrandStream network, is we're going to be able to see what it's doing, since we've got, I'll have to figure out how to install the TSL certificate, the SSL certificate onto this, and so we can sniff the traffic and see what this thing is doing. So here's our first look at the QTS desktop on this. And you can see over here the notifications are just going crazy. So the first thing it's going to want us to do, I think, is, I don't know if it's going to want us to create a volume, but let's follow this and see what's happening here. Block. So it wants to know if it's talking us through snapshots, how to use snapshots, and all that good stuff. So let's do new storage pool. We'll start, and we can use the efficiency or the security options that they have here. So QTier is an automated tiering storage solution that automatically moves frequently accessed data to high-performance drives. Well, that's interesting. And then you can use self-encrypting drives, and we're not going to use either of those at the moment. But we are going to go ahead and select both of our disks, and we're going to do RAID 1. So we basically, they're mirrored, so we lose the capacity of one of the drives, which is totally fine. And then it looks like we can do some space allocation here. Enable pool guaranteed snapshot space of 20%. What is pool guaranteed? When using snapshots to preserve changes to data, the snapshots will be stored directly in the storage pool. Snapshots are automatically removed when the system needs to free up storage space for other purposes, such as thin provisioning. Enabling pool guaranteed snapshot space ensures that a certain number of snapshots will be retained by reserving a specified amount of the storage pool for snapshots. That's kind of cool. We're going to go ahead and exit that. We'll go ahead, we'll leave it at 20%. That's what they suggested. And we're going to go ahead and hit create and OK. It's going to have to erase all of our drives and all that good stuff. So it said that may take a few minutes. And while it's doing that, over here on the storage and snapshots, you can see that there is a snapshot area. So it looks like we have a snapshot vault and replica. It has been a minute, like I said, since I've been inside of QTS. And then it looks like we've got iSCSI and fiber channel set up, hybrid mount, which is using cloud and on-prem. There's an SSD profiling tool, and then there is a VJBOD, so just a bunch of disks, cloud. So we're going to have to dig into what that is. And I don't know if I can do other stuff. I can do other stuff. So the look of this, you can tell it's a little bit different than what we normally deal with. But you can see that it's got a lot of the same stuff in the control panel. Up here's our firmware version, our processor information, our memory. We've got general. So we'll have to get into this. This is just kind of an overview and kind of a setup. What I'm really looking for, let's see if we can dig in here real quick. Hardware. Okay, so I don't see anything here that gives me like, what I was hoping to find is something about that neural processing unit. Notification center is loading for some reason. Do you want to send your notification center data to QNAP? No. Skip. And we're going to remind us later about this. So it looks like we've got some things in our event log that we need to take a look at. Well, this is actually, these logs, holy cow. They look like they're actually pretty thorough, if you know where I'm going with that. And it looks like we can do SMS, we can do push service, instant messaging, email. That's kind of cool. So we're going to have to dig into a lot of this in the upcoming videos. I was just really hoping to find more information about that NPU. If you know where it's at, let me know down in the comments. So that's the control panel. Okay, we're going to create a new volume real quick, and we're just going to do pre-configured space storage pool 1, and we're going to set this to max. We're going to use all the 4 terabytes we have available to us. I am not going to encrypt this volume, and we're going to hit finish. So that's going to do its thing. What else do we have going on here? So here's our network and virtual switch setup. So you can see that this is the interface. While it's different. It is definitely different, and you can really get into the weeds on some of this stuff. So you could probably really inadvertently mess your QNAP NAS up. You can see that I'm connected on the 2.5 gig adapter, and I'm not running jumbo frames. I'm running a standard MTU of 1500. And you can see that they're using a Realtek driver for that. Here we can get into the virtual switch setup and all the different things that we can do. We can have a DHCP server. We can manipulate our routing table. Let me know down in the comments if you're running QNAP and how you like your QNAP versus some of the other vendors. This is the other thing I wanted to see real quick. We're going to do multiple videos on this box. It's nice that we can turn that stuff off. So if we go to all apps, updates are temporarily unavailable. Okay, so I have to see what that's all about. I don't know if it's because we're still creating the storage pool or what. If you know, let me know down in the comments. But I think I'm going to let this thing get initialized, and we'll see too if it could be our security maybe that's throwing a wrench here. So I'll do a part 2 video. We'll get some apps installed. We'll go through all those things. But I wanted to get this installed, let you know that these videos are coming. If you've got questions about this before the next video, let me know down below. We're going to be back to our Grand Stream and Ubiquity videos later this week. Let me know what you think about QNAP down below. You know, I've always wanted to get into it, and every time I try, it seems like I said, but a lot of that I can't blame squarely on QNAP. A lot of administrators need to take initiative and be responsible and install security updates, but also don't expose your stuff to the internet if it doesn't need it, right? If it's not secure, if it's not going to be secure, don't expose it to the internet. Let me know what you think about QNAP. Let me know what you think people should see about this device. Let me know down in the comments. So we're going to do this together. I literally just took this out of the box. The last time we did a QTS video, go back, I don't know how many years ago that was, 3-4 years ago. That was the last time I touched it. So we're going to do this together. This is going to be a learning experience together. I'm going to screw up. You're going to get to see me screw up. You're going to get to see people yell at me in the comments about screwing up. It's going to be awesome. So let me know what you want to see on this, and I'm going to let it build that, and then we are going to see why I can't connect to do apps, see if it's our security setup or what's going on. But I hope that you subscribe and you like this video so that you can see more of these QNAP videos as we're learning this together. And so give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, share. Follow me on Twitter and TikTok. Those links are down below, along with affiliate links for these hard drives and the QNAP NAS. There's also a Patreon link, and if you need IT consulting, head on over to williehowe.com. Fill out the contact form that's on the front page. Someone will be in touch with you as soon as possible. And head on over to community.williehow.com. Start a conversation about QNAP versus TerraMaster versus Synology versus whatever other NAS is out there, right? Come over, share your experiences, ask your questions. And as soon as this thing is done building this, I'll be working on other videos. But in the meantime, put your questions down in there because that's going to help drive the content. Once again, I'm Willie. I want to thank you for being here. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.